students, myself Ashwini Kulkarni welcomes you all in my video lecture of entrepreneurship development. Student, in my earlier video, we started a new chapter of entrepreneurship, second chapter. Okay, in that we discuss meaning, concept, and definition of entrepreneurship. Another next video of entrepreneurship, we can discuss about the characteristics and importance of entrepreneurship. Okay, so in this video we discuss the challenges and issues in entrepreneurship and barriers to entrepreneurship. Okay, so let's discuss. Okay, challenges and issues of entrepreneurship. So, students, entrepreneurship faces many challenges in today's ultra competitive business world. Fortunately, contemporary times have also blessed entrepreneurs with more resources for tackling those problems than ever before. Starting a business is a big achievement for many entrepreneurs, but maintaining one is the larger challenge. There are many standard challenges that face every business, where they are large or small. These include things like hiring the right people, building a brand, and so on. However, there are some that are unique to small business once most large companies have grown out of long ago. We will look at following biggest challenge. 5 biggest challenge. First one, client dependence. If a single client makes up more than half of your income, you are more of an independent contractor than a business owner. Diversifying the client base is vital to growing a business, but it can be difficult, especially when the client in question pays well and on time. For many small businesses, having a client willing to pay on time for a product or service is a good sign. Unfortunately, this can result in a longer term handicap because even if you have employees and so on, you may be still acting as a subcontractor for a large business. This arrangement allows the client to avoid the risks of adding payroll in an area where the work may dry up at any time. All of that risk is transferred from the company to you and your employees. This can work out fine provided that your main client have a consistent need for your product or service. However, it is generally better for a business to have a diversified client base to pick up the slack when any single client quits paying. Okay, so one client नहीं रहना चाहिए, more clients रहने चाहिए because of diversifying the business. Okay, next, money management. Having enough cash to cover the bills is must for any business, but it is also must for every individual, whether it is your business or your life. One will likely emerge as a capital drain that puts pressure on the other. In order to head off this problem, small business owners must either be heavily capitalized or be able to pick up extra income to show the cash reserve when needed. This is why many small business start out with the founders working a job and building a business simultaneously. While this split focus can make it difficult to grow a business, running out of cash makes growing a business impossible. Money management becomes even more important when cash is flowing into the business and to the owner. Although handling business, accounting, and taxes may be within the capabilities of most business owners, professional help is usually a good idea. The complexity of business books go up with each client and employee, so getting an assist on the bookkeeping can prevent it from becoming a reason not to expand. Okay, next, fatigue means cause to feel tired or exhausted. The hours, the work, and the constant pressure to perform on even the most passionate individuals. Many business owners, even successful ones, get stuck working much longer hours than their employees. Moreover, they fear that their business will stall or fall in their absence. So, they avoid taking any long breaks away from their work to recharge. When fatigue sets in, the with the hours, and the results can lead to rash decisions about the business, including the desire to abandon it completely. Finding a pace that keeps the business humming without grinding down the owner is a challenge that comes early in the evolution of a small business. Next one is founder dependence. If you get hit by a car, student, suppose if you get hit by a car, is your business still producing income the next day? A business that can't operate without its founder. Okay, it's a business with a deadline. Many businesses suffers from founder dependence, and this dependence is often caused by the founder being unable of certain decisions responsibilities as the business grows. Meeting this challenge is easy in theory. A business owner merely has to give over more control to their employees or partners. In practice, however, this is a big stumbling block for founders because it usually involves compromising, at least initially, on the quality of work being done until the person doing the work learns the ropes. Okay, सो फाउंडर डिपेंडेंस मीन्स पूरा का पूरा बिजनेस खुद सेटअप करना और वो सेटअप किया हुआ बिजनेस किसी को सेल करना, ऐसा हुआ तो अगर दूसरे बिजनेसमैन दूसरे जो एंटरप्रेन्योर है उसको समझ में नहीं आएगा कि वो बिज़नेस कैसे चलाना है, रिस्क कैसे लेना है, डिसीजंस कैसे लेना है, तो वो सबसे उसके लिए एक सबसे बड़ा बिगेस्ट चैलेंज होगा. इसके लिए फाउंडर डिपेंडेंस मत बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है, बहुत बिग चैलेंज है ये एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के लिए. नेक्स्ट एंड लास्ट वन इज balancing quality and growth. This is also a bigger challenge of entrepreneurship. Even when a business is not founder dependent, there comes a time when the issues from growth seems to match or even outweigh the benefits. Whether a service or a product, at some point, a business must sacrifice in order to scale. This may mean not being able to personally manage every client relationship or not inspecting every buy test. Unfortunately, it is usually that level of personal engagement and that attention to detail that makes a business semi successful. Therefore, many small business owners often find themselves tied to these habits to the detriment of the company's growth. There is a large middle ground between shoddy work and an unhealthy obsession with quality. So, it is up to the business owner to navigate the company's process towards a compromise that allows skill without hurting the brand. Students, these are challenges. One of worst thing a would-be business owner can do is to go into a small business without considering the challenges. We have looked at some things that can help make this challenge easier. but there is no avoiding them. So all these challenges have to be considered before to before to form a business. Okay, so this is all about the challenges and issues of entrepreneurship. Next, we have to discuss barriers to entrepreneurship. Okay, barriers in today's world, each one us dream of being an entrepreneur and starting up something that we are passionate about. Okay, entrepreneurship requires through process, radical thinking, market know-how, and a strategic plan that is a clear idea. Also, the vision and mission need to be divided as per the short term and long term goals and objectives. However, following are the important barriers to entrepreneurship that each of the entrepreneurs taking the risk has to face and get through. Okay, so the first barrier is corrupt and unsupportive business environment. Lack of supportive and market argumental governmental regulations serve as a barrier to entrepreneurship. Okay, so अगर सपोर्ट नहीं रहा अच्छे बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट का, करप्ट एंड सपोर्टिव नहीं है गवर्नमेंट, तो क्या होगा, बिजनेस जो है वो अच्छे चलेगा नहीं. ओके, एग्जांपल लिख देती हूँ रशिया का. रशिया लीड्स all other large nation in having an unsupportive business environment because they lack of rule of law, they lack of have poor defined contract and property laws. Okay, so ये अगर सब कुछ लॉ में नहीं है, ये अगर सब कुछ सपोर्ट में नहीं है, बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट जो है, बिजनेस ग्रो कैसे होगा. ओके, सो ये एक बहुत बड़ा बैरियर है एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के लिए. ओके, next one is employee related difficulties. Building an employee asset base for the enterprise is one of the more daunting and sometimes overlooked tasks. Entrepreneurs must find and select the best qualified employees who are motivated and willing to grow with the venture. Then they must ensure the employees do not leave. This task becomes a barrier when employees' expectations increases. Governmental regulations related to a labor employment is hardened and employee cost grow. Employee cost is more than they pay. It includes healthcare, workers' compensation, social security tax, and health and safety regulations. Next barrier is shortage of funds and resources. Finding the money to start up an enterprise is a leading barrier to entrepreneurship. Okay, without funds, any person cannot begin to organize, to train, to develop, and to sell the product. Okay, so shortage of funds is very much important. फंड्स जो है वो रहने चाहिए. कैसे मैनेज करने हैं फंड्स, ये देखने चाहिए. अगर फंड्स मैनेज नहीं हुआ, रिसोर्सेज मैनेज नहीं हुआ, तो बिजनेस चलाने में दिक्कत आएगी. ओके, सो दिस इज द वन ऑफ इम्पॉर्टेंट बैरियर ऑफ एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप. ओके, नेक्स्ट, lack of entrepreneurship opportunities. Venture creation requires existing marketplace opportunities with the possibilities known to the entrepreneur and favorable odds for success for entrepreneurial spirit to succeed. Okay, so opportunities जो कुछ भी है वो अपॉर्चुनिटी ढूंढनी चाहिए entrepreneur को, क्योंकि अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ जो है बहुत ही कम रहते हैं. Even though there is a lot of talent pool in market with the aspiring entrepreneurs buzzing with the ideas, but the opportunities presented to them are quite less and fewer. Reasons such as nepotism and corruption act as a barrier to entrepreneurship with not many vital and curative opportunities. Okay. The next one is lack of adequate entrepreneurship training. Okay. So, training and education can be a robust incubator for new ventures. Okay, this includes training in technical skill, managerial skill, entrepreneurial skill, and entrepreneurship. Okay, अगर जो कोई भी बिजनेसमैन है वो बिजनेसमैन बाय बर्थ नहीं होता. किसी के पास कुछ तो स्किल नहीं है, किसी के पास मैनेजरियल स्किल नहीं है, किसी के पास टेक्निकल स्किल नहीं है, लेकिन उसको एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना है तो उसके लिए ट्रेनिंग भी बहुत ज़रूरी है. अगर ट्रेनिंग नहीं मिली तो नया बिजनेस जो है, नए इनोवेटिव आइडियाज़ जो है वो नहीं मिल पाएंगे. ओके, सो ये एक बड़ा बैरियर है एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप को. नेक्स्ट वन इज लैक ऑफ अप्रोप्रिएट टेक्निकल एंड practical skill. Okay, people tend to use the skills they have acquired to pursue entrepreneurial initiative. Lacking the appropriate skills and knowledge inhibits economic development. अगर उनके पास अच्छा टेक्निकल और प्रैक्टिकल स्किल नहीं होगा तो बिजनेस ग्रो नहीं होगा. बिजनेस नहीं ग्रो हुआ तो अल्टीमेटली इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट में नहीं होगी, बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट नहीं होगी और इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट भी नहीं होगी. नेक्स्ट वन इज लैक ऑफ मार्केट एक्सपीरियंस. ओके, द एसेंस ऑफ लीडरशिप इज फर्स्ट learning and doing before leading. Therefore, the capability to start a business is moved by previous education and work experience. Rushing into a new market because it looks attractive and rewarding without having some experience and background in it can be failure. Experience in a related business before startup is positively correlated to the probability of success. ओके, सो अगर मार्केट एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है तो बिजनेस अगर ओपन किया तो एक बड़ा बैरियर हो सकता है एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के लिए. नेक्स्ट वन इज फियर ऑफ फेल्यूर. Okay, so we all go through the fear of failure, and if the fear is associated with the risk and stakes taken in the stream of business and entrepreneurship, the level of fear elevates. There is a fear if we are on the right track. Is the idea worthwhile? Will there be a profit? Will find investors? And various such fears and tensions act as the barriers to entrepreneurship. Okay, aversion to risk. Next and last barrier is aversion to risk. A psychological barrier closely related to the fear of failure is aversion to risk. Entrepreneurs must take initiative, create structure with a social economic mechanism, and accept risk of failure. Entrepreneurs have to be risk takers, while those who are risk averse will seek the security if the existing if an existing establishment. Okay, so aversion of risk है वो भी एक बहुत बड़ा बैरियर है एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के लिए. Okay, the budding entrepreneur has to have a structured and organized approach towards the various business elements and should risk rather than averting them. Okay, avert नहीं करना चाहिए risk को. Okay, this is one of the most important barrier to entrepreneurship. Okay, hope you all understand the challenges and issues in entrepreneurship and barriers to entrepreneurship. If you have any problem, then message me. I will definitely get back to you. See you in my next video lecture. Till then, take care. Thank you.